Well, hello everybody, welcome back to Key West. Welcome to our little bike ride off the beaten path. I am currently activating our little interactive map so you can see where we are at any time. So if there is anything that you like, you can check that out. And I'll make sure our bot is going to post the link to the real life tracking in just a second. I wanted to start this stream in a little hidden park and I totally forgot that they are actually closing around nightfall, so I'm kind of surprised that they closed this early. I thought it was 7 o'clock. They closed a little bit before this, but that's okay. So I'm just gonna improvise. So I hope you can track us. Hang on a second. I'm just making sure our bot knows that it's supposed to tell you where we are. So you're going to see in just a second where we currently are starting our little live stream today. So I hope you guys are doing good. Hope you had a great end of Sunday. That was our last stream. We were off yesterday. No, we were at Captain Tony's yesterday. We were almost off today, except for this little stream. That's what I meant. Little quiet day today. And that's when you're doing several things at once. Okay, there you go. Our bot is ready to post. So you'll get the link to our real-time live tracking in just a second. So today we are definitely going to be off the beaten path because we're actually going to an area where I'm not even sure what we're going to see. Ooh, that is a great start to a stream. Thank you so much, Faith, for the super chat. Thank you so much. So guys, if the tracking is working fine, you will see where we currently are. So we are actually starting the stream a little off Truman Avenue, just before. We're actually lower than this. We're still, so if you're familiar with the map of Key West, well, Truman Avenue tends to be a pretty big road until pretty much Whitehead Street, and then it turns out to be a really small little street. We're just off of it. We're on Virginia Street, so Truman would be 2 blocks over to our right. And we are actually going to venture closer to the military base tonight. So that's an area I haven't been too often, to be honest. And there were certain things I'm not totally sure where it is. Maybe someone of you can tell me. I am not totally sure. All right. So let me think, which way are we going to go? Which way shall we go? Straight or do a right and left turn? Although I'm pretty sure the next one is going to be a one-way. Okay, let's do a little piece of Thomas Street. So of course we are in Bahama Village and getting into the small lanes. I should probably switch on the wide angle in a second. So welcome my friends. Hello Family Glow, hello Cheryl, hello Dave, hello Michael, Richard. We have Big Bear, we have Gas It Up, we have NAB, we have Chris and Sandy, Dave, and Faith. And am I missing? If I'm missing out somebody, my apologies. And you know what? I know this is a one-way, but I love those little streets. It's not like we're kind of blocking traffic or anything here. So these are the little streets of Bahama Village. And we are currently pretty much headed straight towards the military base. little lanes. So tonight is not going to be all cute little conch houses. So if you look at the map, we are now pretty much at the last street before the island is closed off for the military base. So we have the military base right behind here. We are on 4th Street. And I wanted to show you guys this here. So as I said, we're definitely off the beaten path. We're definitely off Duval Street here. And you know what? We have no idea what this is. So I told Gabe he should, you know, check out and Google whatever that could possibly be. It looks some kind of bunkers. I don't think that's what they are. They are part of the military base. Maybe there are some missile launch sites. I don't know. I'm not really sure I want to know. But so this is part of the areas in Key West that you can actually see when you come and visit and you venture off the beaten path if you have a little time. So again, we are on 4th Street. And if you look at it on the map, I can show you in a second. This is where we currently are. So this whole area here is, of course, closed off. And let's go back up here. So this is the lower part of Olivia Street. We have used Olivia Street quite a bit, but further up, like starting around Whitehead or Duval Street. This is a street that kind of goes past the cemetery. It's a one-way street, so that's Olivia. Definitely need a wide angle for this house here. So some of the houses here in this old part of town, they are actually so old that at some point they realized that they were unsafe, and some of them could not necessarily be salvaged, or it would go way beyond the regular renovation cost. You know, if there's limestone underneath, then you cannot really anchor the house to the ground. So of course, in a hurricane area, this isn't great. So there are a couple of these old houses that you see that, of course, for historical reasons, they don't want to tear them down. So the city of Key West doesn't want to tear them down. But in order to renovate them, it would cost a lot of money. So you'll see a couple of those houses here around Bahama Village. And I can tell you it is difficult to dig holes in this soil here. There are rocks everywhere. This is an old Cuban church here. Thank you, Sandy, for the super chat. Thank you so much. Very much appreciated. And you do probably recognize this corner. We have been here a couple of times. It's one of my favorite streets here, Petronia Street. That's where you have Blue Heaven. So Blue Heaven is currently closed. They always close in September. We thought that, you know, just newly reopened after the pandemic, etc., that, you know, they probably would stay open, but they decided to still take off their September as they always do. So almost back to normal, I guess. Here we have Firefly. This house has been totally redone. So there's a whole story to this house and to this little lane. So this lane is called Chapman Lane. And it is named after a family who initially had the house across there where you see the empty lot. And so that family has been in this house for over 100 years, going from generation to generation. And this little lane is named after them. They did lose the house, to put it mildly, apparently some kind of rip-off. So the family lost their house, but the lane still is named after them. So this is Little Chapman Lane. By the way, our temperature here currently is felt like 99 degrees. Official temperature is 87. And sunset time today is going to be 7:30. So we have another good 25 minutes. And we will be headed over to the Truman waterfront, which is a nice quiet area where we can access by bike. If this isn't your first time with us, then you are familiar with this because we tend to go there and end our bike ride streams there because it's so easily accessible by bike. Because of course, Mallory Square is too busy to access by bike now. If you've been with us during the pandemic, you probably have seen that the locals access with their bikes and dogs and everything onto Mallory Square. We were fishing. Some actually still do. And so that's why we are headed over to the Truman waterfront today. And we do cover the Mallory Square sunset celebration in different streams. We are pretty busy this week, so I'm not sure to what extent we can squeeze in our little sunset walk this week in Old Town. So I wanted to check out the little pantry. Haven't been here in a while. Actually, I haven't been back since we rode by in one of our previous bike rides. By the way, here's the old diesel plant. the Key West diesel substation. So yes, those are the things you probably don't get to see too often. A little tiny little pocket park here on the corner. And there have been a couple of additions since we were here for the last time. So we have two pantries now. We have the original one is the little one. We have the big one. They both now closed in regards to, somebody added some plexiglass to it, which is really cool, so the chickens can get in. And I know there is a wish box up there. Let me see if I can get closer to it. There is a wish box up there, so you can leave a little note for whatever you need. And the library is right over here. We do have a little library here as well in the pocket park, so you can drop off books and share books. So that is pretty cool. I see a lot of back to school material right now. I guess could use a little more stocking here. So this needs a little stock up, but at least now these guys can't get into them anymore. So that is that pantry started a couple of months ago, and people would leave food for those who, well, initially for the homeless, and then with the pandemic, all the people that lost their jobs and couldn't really afford to get their groceries. So that's how that little pantry kind of started to take off during the pandemic, and now it has been expanded to two little pantries and a little library. And they do have a Facebook page. It's called the Bahama Village Little Pantry if you want to check it out. They do take donations. They have a PayPal account, I think. A lot of people were sending things over by via Amazon to fill up the pantry. So it's a really nice neighborhood initiative. And we at Right on the Rock are going to stock up the pantry. It did get a lot of publicity over the last couple of months, so for the last weeks it has been actually overstocked at some point. So that's why we wanted to wait a little bit until things calm down. There has been like a whole discussion about, well, somebody came out and actually trashed the original little one, and then everybody else in the neighborhood came back, they built a second one, and so lots of stuff going on. But it was really nice to see the solidarity during the pandemic. And so initially it was just food, and then it expanded to toiletries, and now back to school items. So here in Key West, the kids started to go back to school yesterday, same time as the bars open. So basically you send your kids back to school and you can go to the bar, kind of. And so you can choose to send your kids back to school, like physically, or you can continue the online classes. So they give you a choice, so that's pretty cool. And again, another look at those weird hills over here that nobody seems to be able to tell what it is. Maybe you have to be military in order to know. So yes, guys, welcome everybody if you just joined. I see lots of familiar faces here. So yes, we are in an area of Key West where you don't necessarily come very often. It might be a little bit far off if you walk. So I recommend trying this when you have a bike. And you'll see in a moment where we're gonna be while we're headed over to the Truman Waterfront Park. And if you want to check out where we are, you can actually look at our live tracker. Our bot is posting the link, so you can see exactly where we are. So you see where the old diesel plant is, where the little pantry is, and where we are headed. So pretty much everything here to the left of our track here is military. So this is the naval air base here. Soccer field, little pantry over there, and then a lot of space here. So you can actually head over to Fort Zachary Taylor here. So they even find some signs telling you that this is the right way to go to the beach. So, of course, Fort Zach Beach is a little bit far off. It's totally doable by bike. I think during my very first trips to Key West ever, I tried to walk there in summer. That was not a good idea. It is pretty far. And I'm going to take you to the other side of the diesel plant, because I think we have a little more time before the colors kick in here at the Truman Waterfront Park. So this whole area is brand new. This is the new development of the, so you have the Truman Annex, which is the residential area over there. You still do have the naval base here. And then behind us, you might see the structure. That's the Key West Amphitheater. Probably difficult to see with the glare of the sun. So it actually is the Coffee Butler. It has been named after a local musician. It's the Coffee Butler Amphitheater now. And well, the renaming happened pretty much right when the pandemic hit, so there hasn't been any concerts under the new name. There have been, for the previous one, we have been to a couple of them. And what is really nice is that you can actually walk to the amphitheater if you're staying somewhere in Old Town. Again, till here to the Truman Waterfront, it's totally walkable. It's just Fort Zach that is a little bit further off. So this is the other side of the diesel plant. So we were actually just on the other side over there. So this is a little one-way street, but I think we are okay with just doing a little 180 turn here. So there are a lot of question marks. What is going to happen to the diesel plant? What they are going to do with it? I think there have been pretty much all possibilities have been mentioned, whether it could be like a restaurant area, an outdoor with outdoor space, or an art gallery. But I don't think there has been a final decision so far. So that is definitely something to keep your eyes out for. And we're kind of curious to see what it's turning out to be. There goes the Duval Loop. So if you're taking the Duval Loop and you stay on, you should actually are getting to this area. So the Duval Loop is a super cheap way to get around Key West. If you don't feel like Ubering everywhere and you don't want to pay the high parking fees, because we all know how insane they are here in Key West, given the limited space. The Duval Loop is a great way. So a mix of Duval Loop and biking is pretty neat and totally doable. And so, since it's the Coffee Butler Amphitheater, now we do have the Butler Boulevard here. With a nice big bike lane here, so you can go to your concert by bike if you want to, or you can walk. And we had the powerboat races here. So it's a great, nice open area, open space for outdoor events. There also is the Florida Keys Environmental Complex here, so you can come and visit this, especially if you visit with kids. A little bit of some educational activity here. And actually some cruise ships do dock out here, and those poor souls definitely have to get on a trolley. You can see the ships from afar. So that's on the days where we have 3 cruise ships. We can't fit 3 cruise ships on Mallory Square and the Margaritaville Pier. So for some reason they thought it would be a good idea to add a third dock for cruise ships. So now Key West can technically bring in 3 big cruise ships. Of course, that is currently under discussion, because 3 cruise ships of the big, the big kind with thousands of people is kind of a little bit of an overkill for a little island, if I may say so. So this is the amphitheater. It's beautiful around sunset. You can bring your own chairs and sit on the lawn. It's really nice on a nice breezy evening. Tonight would actually be pretty perfect for a little concert here. And if you continue here, you're actually getting to Fort Zack, the beach, the cruise ship terminal, which is that way. And this is our outdoor concert venue, really cool. And again, really convenient to access. You really don't need a car or worry about parking. So guys, if you're just joining us, welcome to our Key West live stream bike ride off the beaten path. We are currently in the Truman waterfront area after we had a bike ride along the Navy base. And I'm not an expert, so I'm not really sure what we saw. And I don't think Gabe found out anything, because I told him to check it and, text me to let me know if he can figure out what these things are. And I think we are going to have some really nice colors tonight. So as you can see, the sunset is now moving pretty fast towards the west. It hasn't even been a week, and now the sunset is way over there. little hazy, but maybe that means we're gonna have some extra nice colors tonight. So a lot of the festivals are happening here. Again, big outdoor space. Every Thursday night we do have a farmer's market here. It now turned into a sunset edition. It used to be in the morning until well in the afternoon, and then it turns out that was pretty hot during summer. So it was changed to a sunset event with live music and everything. It's pretty cool. We were at the very first edition, we live streamed that. And if anybody needs some refreshment, this is pretty nice here. Oh, I see, Brian. I think you're referring to those weird underground, I don't even know if you can call them underground given that they like hills, but I see. So the ammunition storage, interesting. Because of course there are no details on Of course, you can't find any information on Google or anything if you're looking for that. So if you want to enjoy a nice quiet sunset away from Mallory Square, maybe you had a couple of sunset celebrations there and you need a little peace and quiet, this is a great place to come. Lots and lots of space. Just a word of warning, it does not connect at the very end to the Margaritaville Resort. It just kind of stops. So official sunset time is in roughly 5 minutes. I do think those storage spaces look pretty cool though. They kind of look a little bit alien though. It's kind of something out of the X-Files. Let's see if we can make it to the very end of the Truman Annex here. Well, Truman Waterfront Park. It's a pretty big space, so you have the Truman Waterfront Park, which is pretty much the whole area. You have the Truman Annex, which is the residential area. And then this whole space kind of ends like this. So you better be paying attention. That's how it ends. So over there would be the Margaritaville Pier or resort area. And it would be really nice if this was connected, you could actually have like a super long walk by the water, which would be pretty nice. And then this area would be accessible without having to go either through the area we accessed it or via the Truman Annex, where you actually walk through the residential area. So Tim is asking how deep is the water off Mallory Square? Good question. Deep enough for big cruise ships. I'm not really sure how much that would actually be in actual feet, but we do have cruise ships docked like right on Mallory Square. Pretty nice to have such a quiet, laid-back stream in between the bar streams. So this week is going to be pretty busy, and we will be taking you to the bar pretty much every single day. So we started yesterday, of course, with the opening of the bars, the first day back at Captain Tony's Saloon. And tomorrow we will be back at Captain Tony's. Same time. Stream starting around 6 p.m. If you want to join us at the bar, listen to some music, make song requests. I think they were kind of modifying the setup a little bit. So yesterday we had this plexiglass kind of thing in front of Gabe. I think they want to move that around a little bit, so we'll see how that goes. So that will be tomorrow. And then on Thursday we will be at Hawk's Breath Saloon for more live music. And I think the streaming time is going to be around the same time, around 6:30ish. Anyways, make sure you get our notifications in case you haven't subscribed to our channel. As I said, lots of streams coming up. And then on Friday, if you are a regular with our channel, normally on Friday we do have our TGIF sunset walks. Well, this Friday it is going to be a TGIF sunset at the beach with music, because we will be at the Casa Marina, either at the bar, at the, well, both are outdoors at the beach around sunset time, so we can combine a little Key West sunset with some live music, and of course you can make song requests. So that's going to be on Friday. TGIF, our relaxed stream's going to be at the beach. But before that stream, we might go and check out the another reopening here on the island, because Friday is the day that Sloppy Joe's reopens for indoor seating. So we might go and have a quick look at that, maybe grab a drink before I head over to the Casa Marina, so you guys can be with us at the opening of Sloppy Joe's. And then we will be back in Old Town at Captain Tony's on a Saturday. And I think then we will be back at Hawk's Breath on Sunday. So again, lots and lots of streams coming up from Key West. So we will spend a lot of time at the bars and in Old Town. And I just see, thank you so much, Gas It Up. And Hunker, thank you for the super chat. Thank you guys, very much appreciated. We do get some nice colors here. And thank you so much, Elizabeth. Very much appreciated. And I see Victor is asking if we are going to Fort Zach someday. We absolutely will. There is a little bit of a question mark how it works in terms of reception over there, if we're going to have a good connection, but we'll try. We'll definitely try. We have actually been there in a previous stream, but quite a long time ago, before we had like the whole technical setup figured out, and it cut out quite a bit. But hopefully it would be better this time, so that's definitely on the list. So that would definitely be a nice location for a quiet sunset stream. I just think that they kind of changed their opening times during the pandemic. I'm not sure to what extent they are back to regular operating hours, and I think it kind of involves closing around sunset time. So maybe we would have to start the stream a little bit earlier, but that's not a problem. So we'll look into that, I promise. And we start to get some really neat colors here. And Mick Mac is asking if did somebody say drinks? Yes, of course. We're pretty much gonna spend the rest of the week at the bar. So if you guys join us, just bring your drinks, make your song requests. It's almost like there are lots of empty chairs at Captain Tony's right now. The bars are operating at 50% capacity, so we have a lot of space for you guys. Just come on over and join us. Grab your drink, make song requests. You should probably look into the recipe of the Captain Tony's Pirate Punch. I love it when the sky all around turns pink and orange. Like a total 360 color change. Oh, Mike, I see. You said somebody requested a walk through the cemetery. We definitely should do that. I'm not going to do that by bike. I think it would be maybe a better thing to walk through there. And the cemetery actually closes pretty early, way before sunset. So we would have to do that during the day. So maybe we'll wait another month just for it to cool down a little bit. But that is a good idea. A lot of cool old graves there, gravestones and giant conch shells, and it's a beautiful cemetery. Oh, Tim's asking what my favorite drink is. What do I have with me here in my tumbler? And that would be mojito. And I'm very happy to say that Captain Tony's is making mojitos now. So yeah, I would say that's my favorite drink. Kind of just fits the weather perfectly. Of course, you get plenty of rum here. Kind of looks like the sky is scratched over there. It looks really nice. Got like color streaks tonight. Gas it up, do you mean for the cemetery walk? It needs to be dark? I might have to bail on that one though. I'm not sure I want to walk through the cemetery during the night. I sometimes even have a hard time just riding by on the bike. Not sure I would like to do that if I was just all by myself. Mike's asking about Robert the Doll. Okay. We do have a stream where we did the ghost trolley tour. And everything went pretty well until we were supposed to walk in the room where Robert the Doll is, and then the equipment just malfunctioned. It just stopped working. The streaming phone, the backup phone, the backup phone, that Gabe had with him, like nothing was working. It was actually kind of freaky, to be honest. We made sure we asked permission from Robert. That didn't help much. So if you ever come across our stream, the Graveyard and Gravestones Ghost Tour or something, the trolley tour, We Are the Doomed. The stream's working pretty okay until we get to Robert's place. So yeah, Robert the doll, we tried and we failed. Hey Nate, welcome to the channel. And I see you wondering how often we live stream. We kind of live stream around 5 to 6 times a week. So and it's a mix of Key West streams like tonight, like the quiet laid back ones, the bike rides. We do sunset walks around Old Town and the Mallory Square celebration. Checking out what's going on Duval Street. We do that mainly around weekend time, Fridays or Saturdays. And we do music streams live from the bar. So all in all, pretty close to around 5 to 6 streams on average. This week, I think we're actually at 7 streams for the week, so we pretty much have a stream every day. That's because bars are reopening and things get busier here. So we do have a lot of music streams this week at Captain Tony's, at Hawks Breast Saloon, and we're gonna have a music stream from the beach as well. But luckily we have a little setup where Gabe can see your song requests, so if you want to put in some song requests while at the bar, you know, it's almost like being here with us in Key West. You can just put the song request in the comments. So we try to bring Key West to you as close as possible. And also show, of course, the different sides of Key West. So you have the quiet sides, the little streets, the laid-back places, and of course you have Duval Street, you have the Mallory Square Sunset Celebration, all the craziness. So there's a little bit for everybody on this island. So you caught us on our peaceful sunset stream. Off the beaten path and the little back streets. And Rosie is asking about the turtles. I have no news about the turtles. I hope they didn't get like washed away in the crazy rainfall during Tropical Storm Sally. We're definitely gonna go and check out the turtle nest during one of the breaks when we are at Captain Tony's or Hawk's Breath. So hopefully I will be able to give you an update on the turtles. But for now, I don't think there is anything yet. Nothing has happened. I checked the Loggerhead Bar's Facebook page a couple of times, haven't seen anything. So they haven't hatched yet. And Tim, I agree with you. I actually kind of hope that, you know, if the turtles would like hatch during the rain, I figured, you know, there would be less predators out. And they basically would have been washed into the water. So actually, I think that would have been pretty cool for them. Because for those little things, it's kind of dangerous. Between the moment they hatch and by the time they get to the water, lots of predators have time to come and snatch some of them. You know, while doing a rainstorm, you know, all the guys that want to come and snatch the turtles, they probably wouldn't be too keen on that. So, but nope, they didn't. And I think Mary was on here earlier. Hope things are going okay up there in New Orleans. Hope you're not getting too much of Sally. And I think the path for the turtles definitely helps because they, you know, smoothen up the sand so they don't have to like kind of climb hills and, you know, comparatively speaking to the size of the hatching turtles. But we will go and check out the turtle nest in one of our upcoming streams because we're going to spend a lot of time downtown in the bar area now that the bars have reopened. So since yesterday, if you're just joining us, by the way, guys, everything in Key West is now open. The bars reopened yesterday, including Captain Tony's Saloon and the Tiki House and the Bull. So everybody is free to open right now. The bars are open at 50% capacity, and Sloppy Joe's is finally going to open its doors on Friday, on September 17th. Joe is right, it looks like they repainted it. At least that part. Pretty sure this here, there are some spots that don't look repainted. So museum ship can be visited. They do have like a sunset happy hour on Friday nights. I don't know if they currently do have it, but you can come here and sit on the back of the ship. They turn it into a little bar. So guys, I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Thank you for supporting our channel. Make sure you hit the notification button and subscribe so you get our updates on when we're going to stream. As I said, we're pretty much going to be streaming every single day this week now that the bars have reopened. It is going to be a busy week. We're going to spend a lot of time in the bars and in downtown Key West, so we want to share that with you. And you can come and join us, make song requests, bring your drinks. There are lots of available bar stools because the bars operate at 50% capacity here in Key West. So please join us. Hope you have a great week ahead. And I hope to see you soon. Thank you so much for watching and take care, everyone. Bye.